Laura, are we ready?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. This is Laura in the system office. I'm showing that we have 2 o'clock and believe the live stream has started. So with that, I'll turn it over to Chair Crane.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Regent Gary Crane. Welcome to the Telephonic Academic and Health Affairs Committee meeting for Monday, February 7th, 2022. For the record, the time is 2 o'clock. This meeting has been duly posted with the Secretary of State as required by the open meetings laws. Please note the audio of this meeting is being broadcast live. Before we take a roll call, I'd like to remind everyone to mute your phones unless, of course, you need to speak. Laura, let's begin with the roll call of the regents.
Okay, thank you. And before I do that, I've gotten a couple of notes that some of you are having trouble with the call-in. We recommend you use the URL link for Zoom. That seems to be getting everyone on in case you're having trouble using your phone. And with that, I'll start with Regent Crane.
Here.
Regent Flores.
Present.
Regent Lee.
Here.
Regent Harrell.
Present.
Thank you. Do we have any other regents with us? Okay, thank you.
All right, Laura, that's very good. Let's move now to a roll call of the system office representatives. Go right ahead.
Okay. Chancellor McCall.
Here.
Dr. Hayek.
Here.
I believe we have Sean Cunningham.
I'm here.
Thank you, Sean. Vice Chancellor Harper.
Here.
Derek Alexander.
Here.
Nellie Herrera.
Here.
Do we have Carol Fox on the call? Pierce Mitchell.
Here.
And do we have any other system staff? Okay, thank you.
All right, Laura, very good. Let's move now to a roll call of the component representatives. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Lamar University. Lamar is one of the ones that said they need to call back, so I'll move down to Sam Houston.
Hi, Elisa White.
Thank you,
Hi.
President. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, this is Mike Stevenson, and I'm here with McCartney Johnson and Heather Thielemann.
Great. Thank you. Moving on to Saul Ross.
Hi, this is Pete Gallego, and Suzanne Harris from our provost office is also on the call.
Okay, thank you. And I understand from Texas State, Dr. Trout is not president. She is president. She's not present on the call, excuse me. And with that, can I hear from the other representatives from Texas State?
Yes, Jean Bourgeois here.
Sure.
That's where she is.
Oh. I'm sorry, Dr. Bourgeois.
Yes, Jean Bourgeois here along with Lisa Lloyd.
We're not in the picture, but it's okay.
Okay.
Can you guys hear us now? This is Lamar University.
Sure, we'll go back up to Lamar. Go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Brenda Nichols and Dr. Jaime Taylor are here for Lamar University.
Thank you so much. LIT.
Hi, this is Angela here with Ken Mason. Dr. Howard is also having difficulties calling in, so he may be joining us later.
Okay, thank you. Lamar State College Orange.
This is Tom Johnson and Wendy Elmore.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Mhm.
Thank you. And finally, Lamar State College Port Arthur.
It's here, yeah. There you go.
And I see Dr. Renard on, but it shows you're muted. Maybe the same matter. Anyone from Port Arthur? Dr. Renard, can you hear us? So what I had said, we have a couple of people saying they're having trouble when they call in from a phone line. And so we're recommending, if you're able to connect through the computer link using someone's laptop or the computer system. Okay, well, hopefully she'll be able to get on by the time we get to her items. And with
So,
that,
Laura,
yes,
this is,
are you there, Betty?
I am here. Thank you very much. Betty Renard.
Thank you. Great, thank you, Dr. Renard. All right, that concludes roll call. I'll turn it back over to Chair Crane.
All right, thank you, Laura, and welcome everyone. I'd also like to note that Dr. John Hayek and I had a chance to discuss the agenda, so I'm fully briefed on what we're going to talk about today. So at this time, I'll turn the meeting over to Dr. John, who will present the Academic and Health Affairs Committee agenda items, and we've got 6 action and 15 consent. Dr. John.
Thank you, Regent Crane. Good afternoon, everyone. Before I launch into the agenda items, I do want to officially welcome Dr. Bernie Continuous. As I don't know if Dr. Continuous is on the line. He may be in transit. I know that he was traveling over the weekend, but this is his first official meeting as the new Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost at Sul Ross, so we certainly welcome him to the group. With that, we will start with 3A, Sam Houston State University item, approval to continue test optional for freshman admission requirements. President White or Dr. Stevenson?
I'm going to throw that, Vice Chancellor, to Dr. Heather Tillman, our Senior Vice President for Strategic Enrollment and Innovation.
Good afternoon, this is Heather Thielemann. This board motion is requesting approval to continue use of a test optional approach for our freshman admission requirements. After COVID, the disruption during the pandemic, the normal ACT and SAT exam cycles were disrupted, and we did choose a temporary test optional approach for freshman admission standards for fall 20 through fall 22. In fall 21, we did recognize that approximately 48% of our Sam Houston freshman applicants did not submit a test score. So this approach does not completely remove ACT and SAT test scores. Students can apply with those, or it can be another option into admissions. At this time, we would suggest that we would look at student success data prior to the opening of each admission cycle. So before the July Applied Texas application opens, to set the automatic acceptance thresholds. We do still require ACT and SAT scores for anybody that is applying for a scholarship. So at this time, I'd be happy to take any questions.
Okay, with no questions, I'll make a motion that Sam Houston State University be approved to continue the use of the test optional approach for freshman admissions requirements. Committee members, let's start with Regent Harrell. What say you?
Did you say Harrell?
All right, Regent Flores.
Okay with it.
All right, and Regent Lee.
Approve.
All right, very good. Motion passes. Dr. John.
Great. Next item is a Sul Ross State University item, is a new program, a Bachelor of Applied Science in Agriculture and Industry. President Gallego or Dr. Harris, would you like to take this item?
Sure. As you all know, our agriculture department is one of our stronger departments. This adds an additional offering, Bachelor of Applied Science in Agriculture and Industry. It gives us an opportunity to grow even more in that college. This is actually part of the reorganization that you'll hit later on in the agenda, as well as we try to enhance our offerings and grow our programs.
Is there any comments or questions? If not, I make the motion that Sul Ross State University be authorized to offer the Bachelor of Applied Science in Agriculture and Industry degree effective September 1, 2022 upon approval by the TSUS Board of Regents and the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. Regent Lee, how do you vote?
I approve.
Regent Hall.
I think it's a good idea. I approve.
All right, and Regent Flores.
Approve.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Let's move ahead, John.
Right, item 3C, Lamar Institute of Technology, new program approval for the Associate of Applied Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management, and the Level 1 Certificate in Logistics Management. President Howard or Dr. Hill, would you like to address this one?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. LIT is requesting permission to create a new logistics and supply chain management program. This new program is a recommendation of our Business Advisory Committee. As we all know, logistics is a vital element of a successful supply chain that helps increase the sales and profits of businesses. Specifically, logistics deals with the production, shipment, and warehousing of and delivery of products. This program will offer a level 1 certificate of 24 hours, which is a stackable credential that feeds into the Associate of Applied Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. These credentials will prepare and train students for entry-level and managerial careers in the logistics and supply chain management industry. Students will be able to gain the skills needed for the positions that may be in transportation, logistics, warehouse, and supply chain fields. Our level 1 certificate will be offered to, as our other degrees are, to our dual credit students, as well as provide a pathway to immediate workforce following high school. And after graduation, they can also continue their associate's degree path here at LIT. As we understand the high demand of logisticians, the level 1 certificate and associate degree will also be offered online and in person to best meet the needs of our traditional and working students. With the approval of this program, we also look into the future and possibly looking to offer transfer pathways to universities where these students could possibly attain their bachelor's degree. Thank you for your consideration.
All right. Any questions or comments? Okay. If none, I make the motion that Lamar Institute of Technology be authorized to create a new Associate of Applied Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management and Certificate in Logistics Management to be implemented upon final approval by the Texas State University Systems Board of Regents and the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. The awards will be effective spring 2023. Regent Harrell, how do you vote?
I approve.
All right, Regent Flores.
I approve.
And Regent Lee.
Oh, I certainly approve. I can't imagine better timing for a program like this.
Very good. So that now goes to the full board. John, Dr. John, please take the next one.
Great. Item 3D is Lamar State College Orange, new program approval for the Associate of Science degree in Environmental Science. President Johnson or Dr. Elmore?
Thank you very much, Dr. Hayek. So I'm here today to present to you the proposed Environmental Science Associate of Science degree to provide an additional transfer opportunity for universities in Texas, including but not limited to Lamar University, as well as Stephen F. Austin State University, both of which have a Bachelor's of Science in Environmental Science degrees. These careers will be in regulatory agencies, consulting firms, academic institutions, governmental agencies, nonprofit organizations, environmental consulting firms, water quality labs, agricultural industries, and biofuel industries. The Department of Labor's Bureau of Statistics employment is projected to grow 8% in the next decade, which is as fast as average of all occupations. In 2020, the median annual wage was $73,230. So this proposed program will meet all requirements and guidelines for approval by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, as well as the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commissioned on Colleges. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay, hearing no comments or questions. Thank you very much. Let's move forward with the motion, and I'll make that Lamar State University College Orange be authorized to create a new Environmental Science Associate of Science degrees. That's a 60-hour semester hour degree to be implemented upon final approval by the Texas State University System Board of Regents, the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, and the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, effective fall 2022. To vote on it now, Regent Flores.
I approve.
Very good. Thank you, Regent Harrell.
I approve.
All right, Regent Lee.
I approve.
Good. Dr. John, moving on to what, 3D?
3E is another Lamar State College Orange program, new program approval for the Logistics Management Certificate and Associate of Applied Science degree. Dr. Elmore?
Thank you, Dr. Hayek. At the request of Lamar State College Orange's Regional Comprehensive Local Needs Assessment, in which participants from Orange County Economic Development, Optimus Steel, and the Port of Orange were present, it was recommended that LSCO proceed in creating a Logistics Management Certificate, as well as the Logistics Management Maritime Focus Associate of Applied Science degree. This will provide students an avenue for training, skills, and knowledge to work locally within both Southeast Texas and or Southwest Louisiana. The students will have an interest in pursuing careers related to the analyzing and coordinating an organization's entire supply chain by moving product from the supplier to the consumer. We know logisticians work in every industry. They manage the entire life cycle of a product, once it's acquired, allocated, up to delivery. The U.S. Department of Labor's Bureau and Labor Statistics, employment of logisticians in Texas is projected to grow 30% in the next decade, representing much faster than average growth of all occupations. About 24,500 openings are projected each year statewide on average over the next decade. And the median annual wage in Texas for logisticians was $76,270. So our region's very excited with this opportunity and they wholeheartedly support it. These proposed programs will meet all of the requirements and guidelines for approval by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, as well as the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, no questions, no comments. Let's move forward with the motion that'll put this on the full board action item agenda. The motion I'll make is Lamar State University College Orange be authorized to create a new logistics management level 1 certificate, which is a 30 semester hour certificate, and a logistics management maritime Associate of Applied Science degree, which is a 60 semester hour, to be implemented upon the approval of the Texas State University System Board of Regents, the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, and the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, effective spring 2023. Regent Lee, how do you vote?
I approve.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Regent Harrell.
I approve.
Thank you, ma'am. Regent Flores.
Regent Flores. I
Yes.
approve.
Very good, sir. Thank you. All right, Dr. John, moving on to 3E on the consent agenda.
I think we're at 3F, which is just an informational item, which is the certified enrollment report for fall of 21. This is as a follow-up to the preliminary report that we discussed at the November meeting, and basically is relatively unchanged from the November report, and that doesn't require any actions for information only. And with that, we can move on to the consent agenda items. So we have a number of Lamar University items to start with. 3H is new undergraduate certificate in business analytics. President Taylor or Dr. Nichols, would you like to start with that one?
Yes, sir. We'll start with the new undergraduate certificate in business analytics. Based on our input from employers, our advisory commission, and some of our recent graduates, the College of Business is proposing a certificate in business analytics. It is an on-campus and/or online program. It requires hours that are currently in existence in our inventory. 15 hours and is part of what's in our School of Accounting and Information Systems. Do you want me to proceed, John, and do all of them, and then we'll come back or have questions here?
I think if you can go through them all, and then we can kind of come back, as a
Okay.
group.
All right. The second one is the addition of leveling courses for the MS in accounting degree. That program, this is actually to ensure that students who come to us with less than 120 hours in a baccalaureate degree actually are prepared to take the Masters of Science in Accounting program. The real issue for us is primarily international students who have, international students who come with less than 120 hours in their undergraduate degree. It is a listing of current courses that they must have in order to get into the Master of Business Admin, Masters of Science in Accounting. The second group is the addition of leveling courses for the MBA degree, and it is the same population. Basically, we found that we have international students who do not have 120 hours in their baccalaureate degree. These are a list of the required courses in our undergraduate BBA degree, and we're ensuring that they are at the same level when they enter. The last group addition of leveling courses for the MIS MISI degree is the same issue. Again, it is for students with less than 120 hours in their undergraduate degree, and it is a list of core courses that content they must have in order to proceed. And the last one for us is elective course options in the MBA management concentration. We're adding some courses to there that exist, but kind of tossing up the options better. So students can actually do strategic leadership, strategic cases and service marketing and management, supply chain, IT project management, cybersecurity management, and leadership and negotiation. Those are our requested curricular changes for this board meeting. Are there any questions or concerns?
Great. Chair Crane, if it's okay with you, I'll move on to the consent agenda items for Sam Houston, and then at the very end, we can, as we've done in previous meetings, we can just take one vote on all consent items, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, completely agree.
Okay, great. So we're at 3M, it's Sam Houston State University, department name change, Department of Population Health in the College of Health Sciences. President White or Dr. Stevenson?
Provost Stevenson.
Thank you, President White. This is a fairly simple, straightforward change. The department is seeking to rename itself. To do this in order to be more accurate in describing the existing degree programs and related course activities as they relate to what they actually teach and do out in public health. They believe that this name change will actually improve the marketability and the recruitment of graduate students. The professional profiles of the 2020 national workforce mention public health in their profiles about 650,000 times compared to what you see when you just look at population health, which you only see about 32,000 times. So this motion requests approval to change the name of Department of Population Health to the Department of Public Health, effective September 1st, 2022. And the second item is the deletion of the Bachelor of Arts in Dance. This was a degree program that we started and put in place the teach out beginning back in 2016, 2017. We no longer have students enrolled in this program. Instead, we have a BFA in dance, which takes a slightly different take on the role in the course. This motion requests approval to delete the Bachelor of Arts in Dance degree program that's housed in the Department of Dance formally and officially. And the last one is a change in the general ed core. We are proposing that we add University 1101 learning frameworks to the core. It is simply a first-year seminar where it gives the opportunity for students to apply knowledge. We do things like learning theory, time management, teaching them how to read and study the textbooks appropriately for college level courses. And so this motion simply requests that we add that to the core curriculum at Sam Houston. Those are our 3 items.
Any questions from the board? With no questions, we'll move on to the next couple consent items, which are Sul Ross State University items. President Gallego.
Thank you. The remaining Sul Ross State University items are the degree program adding a minor in cultural and diversity studies, which is something that I think would be very beneficial to our region, especially noting that we are an Hispanic service institution. And the other is essentially earlier when we added the degree in the College of Agriculture, our dean there, Dean Warnock, that is our biggest college, and it is now a combination of all of the sciences, including chemistry and geology, to the agriculture. And she asked to reorganize the college and restructure it a little bit to make it more manageable from an administrative viewpoint. So those are the 2 remaining items that we would ask the committee's consideration of.
Great. With no comments or questions, we'll move on to the next item, 3R, which is a Lamar Institute of Technology item. Dr. Hill or President Howard.
Yes, sir. LIT is requesting permission to revise the Associate of Arts in Teaching degree to better align with the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board approved lower division academic degree program. In these changes, what we are proposing is to remove the 9 hours of electives and add a math 1351, which is our mathematics for for teachers 2, and 6 hours of approved life and physical science electives. Making these changes will make our Associate of Arts degree transferable to any university of an education department in the state of Texas. Are there any questions?
Great. No questions. We'll move on to 3S, Lamar State College, Port Arthur. President Renard or Dr. Millsap?
Good afternoon. This is Dr. Millsap. Yes, we are proposing to begin a level 1 certificate program in pharmacy technician beginning with the fall semester of 2022. It's a 25 semester credit hour level 1 certificate, which is designed to prepare students for employment as entry-level pharmacy technicians. When they complete the program, students will be eligible to take the pharmacy technician certification exam. And this proposal was developed because our allied health partners in the community have expressed the need for more pharmacy technicians. Of course, all aspects of allied health are currently in demand, as you know. And pharmacy technician graduates can expect projected median hourly earnings of about $18 an hour, and there's about an 18% growth in job demand projected. Any questions? Okay. Thank you.
Any questions, comments? Dr. Hack?
Dr. Millsap, did you also speak to 3T? The name of the sound engineering program? President Renard or Dr. Millsap?
We're sorry, we had changed positions. Yes, we are proposing to change the name of sound engineering to audio engineering simply because sound engineering is kind of a dated title and audio engineering is the more updated title and is much more consistently used in the industry.
Great, thank you very much. And with that, the final two items, Chair Crane, are 3U are curricular changes, and 3V are kind of a routine out-of-state, out-of-country study program request as well. I will note that for 3U, folks might have noticed the length of Solross's report in particular, and that really is they've done a lot of work. The faculty and academic leadership there have done a lot of work on with their course inventory over the last 6 months, and that's kind of all the changes there are really a reflection of that. A great deal of work in preparation really for upcoming SACS review in 23. With that, Chair Crane, I think that is the end of our consent items, and you can move for a vote.
Let's see, Dr. John, we need to vote on all of the 15 consent items to move them to the consent agenda, correct? For the full board?
Correct.
Okay, then I make that motion. Let's move all 15 consent items as the parties went through them and move them to the full board consent agenda for a board vote. Regent Flores, how do you vote?
I approve.
Thank you, sir. And Regent Lee?
I approve.
And Regent Harrell?
I also approve.
All right. Dr. Heck, I don't think we have any more business to conduct, do we?
Laura Tibbetts has one additional comment here, I think, before you close.
Yes, hi everyone. I just wanted to let you know after we end this call, I'll resend the email with all the links. Thanks to some of you for discovering the issue. It was just on the join by phone links. So I'll resend those. All the URL Zoom links were correct though. So apologies about that.
All right, very good, Laura. Thank you. I think we're ready to close the meeting. So thank you for everyone for calling in. Unless there's further discussion, this concludes our telephone meeting of today. I look forward to seeing everyone next week at our board meeting in the Southeast Texas, hosted by Lamar University and the state colleges. For the record, the time is 2:32. Thank you all. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, Regent Crane.
All right, thank you.